What's going on, my SS Knights? All right, so I got a little project on my hand today, so I decided to go ahead and take out these little door handle thingies, whatever you want to call them, pillars, whatever. And as taking them out, I noticed it's a lot of crackage right here. So obviously these doors been out before, these panels been out, and this is not from my negligence, but all this right here just cracked, whatever. But we got something for that. So what I think I'm going ahead and going to do with this, but this might be for a later day in another video, is I'm gonna get some of my wife epoxy stuff and epoxy this, sand it down and repaint it. So epoxy do act like a sealant, a glue, so it shouldn't be too bad doing this part. But right now we're just gonna do something simple, easy, because my panels around here was fading real bad, and some of them was well, not on this side, but on my driver's side the panels was cracking. Well, they were cracked, and so I got some super glue paint. I'm gonna sand it down, paint it and everything, to make it a little bit more decent than what it was. But as for the back panels, I ain't realized that the back panels was this bad also, so I'm gonna have to do these also. See how that's cracking and everything? It's broke. It's not cracked, it's actually broken. So we're gonna just go ahead and sand these down, glue them and whatnot, paint them again so they can look almost factory. These part on the front part, the armrest, it was a different color actually, so it was more like a bluish, like it came from out of a Caprice with that bluish interior. So I also took them out, as you can see, and finna sand them down and paint them. So get it back into shape, and we're gonna have another video coming soon with the headliner. We want to go ahead and get this headline out, redo that. So y'all stay tuned for that, but let's get to this paint. All right, so these are what I'm going to be using to paint this. So as I mentioned earlier, it's not gray, it's like almost like a blue tint to it. You probably really can't see it that good because of the lighting, but I got my sandpaper. I think it's 120 grit. Sand down most of this stuff, old stuff, dirt, whatever. I got my black matte paint vinyl, also the gray, and vinegar. It's not but vinegar in a Clorox bottle. So we're going to sand down our pieces well, and as you can see, this is what I'm talking about right here. As far as it look like, I don't know, I guess it just look like it's fading a lot right here. It's kind of moldy right there. These also going to be painted. So, and we're going to glue our corners back on, paint them, glue them back on, and so we can have a nice flesh piece. We actually went around this part right here, so go ahead and get to work on this. I'm just going to start by just spraying some vinegar on it, on this part, almost all of them, and let that sit, because vinegar is pretty much of a good cleaner, or a good degreaser. And I'm gonna clean that down. And also I got some degreaser that I'm gonna probably use and degrease most of this off and get rid of the excess oil or whatnot from here. So let me go ahead and get that. Okay, so got the degreaser now, so this should work a little bit better than vinegar, but vinegar do work, but not as well as degreaser. So we're gonna degrease it and everything, get whatever dirt and ground we have out of that. Same thing with this. We're just gonna degrease everything, let it sit for a little bit. I'm degreasing everything. So, especially like all the parts that look like it have mold built up. Pretty sure that I got a seal somewhere leaking, or it just dirt. So, gonna have all this. Let it sit for a few a few moments. So, once we get all this cleaned up and everything, we're gonna go and start doing our sanding. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and let this sit. I'm gonna sand it down, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, my SS Knights. So I finally done got it done. I finally done got it painted. It matches the color real well, almost like the original color, but of course it's gonna look a little bit more cleaner than what the actual door panel itself looks, because dirt. I'm gonna go ahead and do this later on, clean it up and get it ready for you guys for the next video or whatever. But it came out pretty good. Before, it was a bluish, it had a bluish tint to it, so it looked really, really bad. So it seemed like the previous owner who had this car probably got the parts from out, probably got this part from out of a Caprice. So I'm pretty sure that what it was, because you know some Caprices had that blue interior. And also did these part of the panels and whatnot, but again, it's not perfect at all. I avoided this, try not to really spray the lettering and everything, but I did it anyways. But it still looked like crap. It's not perfect at all. It's not going to be perfect. So I came to realize that the controls, where the control switches and everything goes, this also supposed to be gray. So I don't know what this person did with the mix and match and colors and all that crap. And let me get in here. I super glued most of this on, but as soon as I screwed this back in, that crap popped back. It broke again. Super glue, but you can tell where the super glue was, because you can see the scenery, but those parts super glued on good. So I guess I got to go back over this, squish it down to get it back. But yeah, it came out better than I expected. You know, things looking good. So I'm not really complaining or bitching too much, but I did say something about I was going to use epoxy for these cracks on the door panel and whatnot, but I think I might want to go with a new door panel. I'm gonna see what's out there, who got some door panels for sale, because this is just some work. Even they had to screw this part in, but I did go too hard on the sandpaper. It's really, really gritty, scratched a little bit, so you know, it's horrible. But whatever, it is what it is at this moment. So she's looking okay inside, one part at a time, SS Knights. So she's looking decent. Still gonna have to get a wash. Still pretty dirty, but other than that, it's gonna be beautiful once she's done. Well, y'all have a blessed night, and I'll get back with you with the next video.